show up to that's hungry and eager. My brother's keeper, I'm loyal, it's all in my demeanor. A true believer, I believe when they didn't believe her. That's why I don't let opinions affect me. I do what I want to do. If they do or they don't accept me, they expect me to give up. I almost did. Things went from moving faster, slow motion. I was losing focus, stuck on that.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Black 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Now let's go. Blue landed.
Operating from the gun. Riley, he's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first.
95. Tempo.
Again, Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to walk one. Deep left, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Watch it now, Barney.
On first down, Riley. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Aho. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now. Showing the...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, this is going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Drops it off for Coleman. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to have a third down.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! 3-19! 3-19!
Looking to throw. Riley. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. Have the field general, the leader, just fall in behind him.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. It's Coleman here, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. Baldwin's first catch going to be good enough for a 1st down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Wilson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that. So
now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. On 1st down, Wilson. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball, the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter one, they struggled. Quarter two here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in the ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
To throw on second down, Riley. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski now for the point after. This time the extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being...
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Barkevius Mingo coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Over!
Off the play fake. Riley sliding out of the pocket. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Riley. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Riley. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
To throw on second down. Riley, he's going to loft one. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Now Wilson on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Off play action. Riley. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Barkevious Mingo in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, Riley. And he's going to go down again.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, 1 from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Lockett. A A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Corey Coleman back deep to return. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Hot. Detroit, Detroit. Hot.
A final shot before break. Riley going up top. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And Bryant's kick is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Seahawks. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now Wilson, hard throw, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 3rd down. Riley trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play on 3rd down for the Falcons. 49 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On 1st and 10, Riley. And that is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Off the play fake. Riley. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They come out here in the eye.
3-19.
It's a quarterback sneak. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll go with the keeper. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game.
Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes it a 28-24 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now, Wilson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now it's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he's got some space here. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
And he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. This is brought in at the 21. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On 3rd down, Riley. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Operating from the gun. Riley. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Riley finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now it's Wilson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
19.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Let's go, 14.
From the gun on third down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. He hits Baldwin right side. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Stephon Anthony in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now Wilson on 2nd down. His throw incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. That's complete, right around the 8. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They get it to him running left, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 1st down, Riley. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Operating from the gun. Riley going long here for Wallace. He's got a man. Complete. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 42 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Riley nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Riley. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Detroit!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident.
Tyler Lockett, wide open receiver, complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Foreman. And he's got room. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing on 1st down, Riley. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Riley being chased out left. Powers through. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Barkevious Mingo. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Riley. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. The points that they did.